guess I'm live. Well, what a good idea. Drop that down. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. All right, there's that, there's that. That is camera B. So, needle pulling thread. Taking a jump real quick over to my other channel. Because I want to, oh, I broke, says number 33. Look, this is me. It's showing me that I am live. Woohoo. I shall make the very first comment. I shall give my very first like. And I shall share it on my very first share. You have to check this guy out! Exclamation point! And then I'll love and love. And then I'm gonna drop down with, oh yeah, I can't make a comment down there yet because it's live, so I'm gonna do it right here. Hey there, you sexy thing, I said to myself. Right? So, a needle pulling thread. Oh, that's what I have to jump out. There it is. So that's there. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. I just remembered what I said I was gonna do. So let's go to this channel and let us pray to customize the channel. I am going to do the basic info and copy the URL. That's one way. Where's the other one that's the other, this handle? Oh, I went to create. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. So then I just need to go to YouTube. Yeah, handle. There you go. Then it brings this up, and then this is what I want to paste because I like that. That looks better. My new Chanel. All right. Hit that like. Make a comment. I'm gonna pin that there. That's pinned. And share the shoe. Share the shoe. All right. That's how you do. All right. So what I'm going to be sharing in a moment is going to be the most recent footage of the sky I was taking. So, a needle pulling thread. What was I just gonna? I was just gonna go do something over here. What the Kraken Smurf, man? I can't remember what I was just thinking. Honestly, what the crack was I just gonna do? I just don't even remember. Soy un perdedor. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? Why is that stuck like that? Why is this call section stuck like this? I do not know why it's doing this. Why? Why is it making me choose these things? Why? This doesn't make any sense. Close this window. Poopy face. You're messing with my groove now. I don't know what to do. I was going to send that to me somehow. How did you just do it that way? Okay, come on now. Where's the group I'm looking for? There it is. The heck. Alright. Post it there. Right? Is that what I'm doing? That's not right. What the heck am I doing right now, guys? I honestly don't remember what I was doing. Okay, this is my new channel. No, that's right there. That's my new channel. I just posted that there. So what am I doing in here? What was I going to send across the ether to myself? Oh. Oh, yeah. That way I would have the link for Facebook. That's what it was. It's so that I would have the link for Facebook. So I need to open that back up. That back up. Post it there. Put that there. Okay, and then I would go to Telegram. No, on my phone. Okay, so that I can do that later. Okay, that's at least so I have it. I guess, I don't know. I need to change the name of the live stream though, because All right, so now, because my music's not playing, the Conspiracy Music Guru link is not playing. Isn't that correct? Check, check, check. Is there no, why is there, I don't hear anything. Check, check, check. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that is working. So there's no music. Okay, so there's no music. So I need to get rid of the Conspiracy Music Guru link like I've done before, and then it goes away from the OBS. And then I want to bring in a media file, and I'm going to add it, and it's going to be Conspiracy Music Guru. Okay. And then I have to browse for the file. Right? So here it is in Solfeggio right there. Boom. Ready to go. That's it. And then here it comes. It's going to be in your face. Wow. Hey Drew, what's going on, man? How you doing, big guy? I'm just saying though. So if I am reading the universe correctly, Drew, I am headed your way now. I'm going to be driving to Dallas to film the total eclipse of the sun, and then I'm going to continue on to California. I'm going to try to make some changes. Not try, I am going to make some changes. And yeah, so we'll have to catch up for sure. So I was just out filming the night sky, and I have my P1000 doing star trails right now. So I came in to look at some of the film that, oh, that's what I was doing. I got distracted, my kid. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Posted that about where to find this channel. Yeah, I have two P900s, but I also now have a P1000. Okay, so a needle pulling thread. Check this out, Drew. This is what I'm working on right now with my shenanigans in the moon. I'm still working on it, but let me see if I can talk you through it. Or how about I'll do this? How about I save the file, save it as lunar chart. This is for this is going to be for a paint file, so I'm going to do, what is this? My chart concept. Okay, my chart concept. Alright, now I have to go and find that folder. So let's do a new box here. Oh, you know what I'm doing with my moon shenanigans? I'm getting some pushback on it, but you know, it is what it is. But if you know what I'm talking about, and yeah, man, it's just really interesting. I'm just really interested and excited about this new direction in my research. And what was I coming over here for? Photos. Oh, damn it. See, like, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, my concepts. There's my concepts. There it is. Hee hee hee. I found it. Alright, so, a needle pulling thread. I'm going to go here to paint. I'm going to shrink this down. Okay. So, a needle pulling thread. I am going to color that red, green, red. So you have to be paying attention to the slope and sound of my voice and looking at the screenage there, Drewski, if you're going to follow along. If not, then this is for posterity. This circle is the idea of the moon in transit with the sun. So maybe I should try to do this because I just thought of this. So give me a second. If I make this the sun, okay, and so then this becomes this shape here. Okay. That's that's pretty good. Right there. Okay. So then I can do that, or I can do this. Do I do this as the outside and then this as the inside? Oh, this is what I gotta do. I gotta do the fill. There you go, there you go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So, you know, this is a little bit rough, but this is exactly, yes. But I need a little bit of a lighter shade, I think. I wonder if I can come over here. Like a very, very light, yeah, like that. Is that any better? I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so now I've got this, and I don't know, just do that. Alright, so this is the visibility of the moon when it's full. This is a full moon. Okay? And when the moon is full, it is directly across from the sun. So if we were to go back in time when the moon was waxing full, this would be, there would be missing light here, there would be missing light here, missing light here, missing light here. But you can see right here that the moon is coming into, I'm sorry, the moon is increasing more and more in its light. You see how this is going? So now, imagine we're down here at the bottom, and this is the first of the month. The first of the month. This is the first light you see at the beginning of the month. And then it grows and it grows and it grows, and it's quarter moon, and it grows and it grows and it grows and it grows, and it's full moon, and then it continues and then it starts to diminish, right? So you have the waxing, increasing. So on the inside, this part right here where you have the sunlight, if the moon is inside the perimeter of the circle, that's when you can't see it. At least that part of it, right? So right now we're in day 5, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're in day 4. Okay, so right now I can show you pictures in just a moment. I'll show you pictures of the moon and what I've been taking recently. But we're in the 4th day, so we can't see this much of the moon right now, right? We can't see this much of the moon right now, but we can see this much. So this is like a concept of how the moon works. When it's directly across from the sun, it has full exposure to the sun. And then when it continues on its circuit, to then lose its luminosity, that is to wane, the part that we can't see comes into the circle here. And the part that you see out here diminishes and diminishes and diminishes and diminishes. It's the exact opposite of the waning. Each of these phases has an equal and opposite phase. You cannot have more or less. So there's 1 through 15 to the top, and then there's 16 to 30 at the bottom. That means that the moon cycle, because it matches, right? Every phase of the moon has a twin, has an opposite. The waning phase has a match on the other side. That means they have to have an even amount. And it's not 28, it's 30. So I had to correct myself. I was saying 31, and I was just, because I was still combining the two models of 28, and then there's 3 days here. So now here's what I'm trying to say about the period that we were just in over the weekend. So down here is the new moon. You see how the moon is entirely in the sun? That's what happens here in this period. So this is a really tweaky way of thinking about this, but this is like 2 different concepts in this whole diagram here. So if you don't get it, I'm not going to blame you, because this is what's in my head. Okay? So if you think of the outside of this, the outside images that you see are the moon when the moon is visible to us. This represents the visible moon when we can see it. So right now it's day 4. It'll be day 5, and then it increases until day 8ish, and then it's a quarter of a moon, and then it continues and continues and continues. So we are, ever since day 1, we could see the moon. You're never not going to see the moon when it has a phase that you can see. So, for instance, we're in day 4. The only way that you'll not see the moon tomorrow night is if there's cloud cover. So you're always going to see the moon from now on, because it's lit. However, there were 3 days this past week. In fact, 3 days ago, if this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday, 3 days, 2 nights, there is no visible moon anywhere in the sky because it is too close to the sun. It is within the sun's radiance, and the radiance is too glorious for Luna, and so she is consumed by her superior light. However that works in the polarization field, I don't know, right? But that's a little bit of what I'm trying to talk about right now, is like, I think that the moon is powered by the ether somehow through the sun, okay? But the moon is moving because you can see the whole moon right now with your naked eye. I just took pictures of it, and I got great pictures of it last night. But you can see the entire moon. There is something up there, even when you can't see it, right? So then maybe I'll jump over to the film real quick, because this is kind of like where my mind's going right now. All right, how about this picture right here, right? You should be able to see this. Hey, what's going on, NDB, if you're still here? How you doing? Okay, so you can clearly see the outline of the moon right here. Okay, so the moon is right there in the sky. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Okay, but the night before, which would be somewhere around here. Let's go the very first night I got Luna. I got pictures of Luna. Okay, so here you go. This was, what's today? Is today the 13th? Yeah, so this is 2 days ago. So this picture that I'm going to show you right now. There's a kiss for you. Okay, you see this gorgeous piece of film here? This is amazing. It's a little bit unsteady because the light is wider than it should be, okay? But look at this. I could see this with my naked eye. Okay? So let me say this. Think about this. I said this the other day. Like, what if we could remove the power to the moon so that this light goes away? Would you still see this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand? Look. I don't know if I could. You're only seeing the moon right now in your mind. Yes, it was a beautiful smile. We're only seeing the moon right now in your mind because you can see the crescent. But what if the crescent weren't there and the rest of it looked like that, right? So up here at this part, what I would have to do is, cut out a sliver or copy and paste a crescent and then flip it upside down so that this whole image is the same shade. But you would see it right now. It wouldn't disappear on the film, right? The camera caught this. Is this making sense at all? You see where my abstract mind is thinking right now? Because I'm trying to say we can see that's how we know that the moon is there. Because you can see the whole thing. Even if the other part's in shadow. Just like a fluorescent light. That stays dark on one end because the charge isn't there. If the charge isn't coming to that end, it's going to be dark. Don't ask me why it presents itself as a crescent. I don't know that answer. But what I'm trying to say ultimately is, I think that we're seeing the moon through a filter, and it's a polarizing filter because there's a point at which when you have a full moon, it's still nighttime, it's still nighttime, it's still nighttime, it's still nighttime. It starts to become morning, and and you get closer and closer to the sun. And I would wonder if this would have to be at midday to be opposite of the full moon at midnight. Okay? So when you this last weekend, and then next month, you're gonna have to wait a whole month. If you missed it this last weekend, we had zero visibility of the moon from Friday until Sunday. Okay, so that's 3 days, 2 nights. The moon cannot be seen by anyone anywhere because it is right next to the sun, which is what this image is depicting here, in the fact that this moon is entirely in the sun's light. And so is this moon here the day before. And so is this moon here the day after. There are 3 days when it's daylight, that is when the sun is out above your head. If you exist next month on April 7th, 8th, and 9th, or April 6th, 7th, and 8th, okay? If you exist on those 3 days, I defy you that when the sun is at least a quarter of its way through, you look up into the general direction of the sun. Don't look into the eyes of the sun, Johnny. Mama always told me not to look into the eyes of the sun. And I said, but Mama, that's where the fun is. Okay? The adept, the true enlightened one, can look at the sun anytime he wants. But you and I are not enlightened. You and I are not yogis. We're not gurus yet. So we can't look into the eyes of the sun except at the horizon, when it's low in the sky, when its glory isn't coming down through lesser dense media. Okay? Where am I going with this? I have no cracking clue. 3 days. Okay. So, next month, you look up in the sky during this period of new moon. Find out when the new moon is. Like, oh, this is telling me that new moon is on April 8th, just for instance. Okay? If your calendar or your Google search tells you that the new moon is on April 8th, that means that you have April 7th and 9th as your cushion. Okay? So, what you should be doing is on April 5th, look and see where the moon is. Got it. There, I can see the moon. But it's getting smaller. It's light, right? Here it is. This is going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to be right here on day 5, right? April 5th. You're going to see this much of the moon. And then on April 6th, this much of the moon. And then on April 7th, this much of the moon. And then on April 8th, this much of the moon, or whatever it is, right? And then this is going to be the last little bit of the moon that you're going to see at night. In the daytime, okay? Because it's going to be on the next day, right in the heart of the glory of the sun. So as long as it's outside that glory, which is that very last crescent, at the very last crescent, the moon is right on that diffusion, or that limited, that twilight zone, and you can't see her. And then if you can just barely see her. But if she goes all the way in to the sphere of his radiance, then she's cloaked. She's cloaked. Okay? So just like yesterday and today and tomorrow. For instance, yesterday you have the moon is in the daylight sky for, I would say, probably a third of the day at least, because it's trailing behind the sun, right? It's trailing behind the sun, but at midday, you couldn't see the moon because the position of the sun's glory at that position had a cloaking device over the moon. It's right there, but you can't see it because your eyes can't see through and the glory. But as soon as the sun went far enough away later on and pulled the veil with it, the light cloak, the cloaking light, right? So there's this polarization. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? That when you have the moon out in the middle of the day and you can't see it, that's because the light of the sun is veiling it. It's polarizing it at that angle, at that position. So you can't see it. It's like it's not there. But all you see is blue sky. And then as the position in the sky continues to change as it does, and somehow, I don't know how this is just blowing my mind, right? Like, because you have the moon behind the sun over here, you also have the moon behind the sun over here. But once it's over here in the west, you can see the moon that you couldn't see when it was over. So it was there, but I couldn't see it. Why? And now it's there, and I can definitely see it. Why now? Because you have to think about light as a sheer veil that you can't see with your naked eye. And when it comes into the proximity of something else that at the right place and the right time and the right angle, you was like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And then all of a sudden you shift positions and then boom, there it is. This is just making my mind explode right now. I have no idea if this is making any sense to anybody, but this is definitely worth the AI listening to, because I'm spitting, refracted intelligence that's thinking about this, because the Earth is not what we've been told. Like, I would never be thinking about this topic right now, like 7 years ago. I would never be geeking out on this like 7 years ago. This would be nowhere in my head. So praise be to the psyop disinformation of the flat Earth. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, because I've had a great time for the past 6 years researching information that is just blowing my mind. So I hope I'm making sense in terms of how to understand, like, this whole area of light here is a filtration system, an optical filter, so that when the moon is in this vicinity, you can't see it. That's why I have it like this. Like, this is supposed to be like, now you see me, now you don't. Okay, how about this? Here's the full moon, full exposure. Now you see me, now you don't. And then it's because the moon is now moving into at that. I don't get it. That's what I need. Like, other people like me should be like totally going off on rabbit trails in your own mind, right? This is how you stand on the shoulders of giants, or in my case, like gnomes. I'm just a gnome, but you can still stand on my shoulders because I'm spitting out stuff right now that's pretty interesting, I think. I mean, to me, this is no less ugly a piece of shit diagram than anything that you'll find in your science book. For one thing, I don't remember ever learning that there is zero visibility of the moon 3 days out of the month. I don't remember that at all. So in my mind, I discovered something I never knew. Ta-da! Ta-da! I mean, like, think about this, right? Somebody correct me. Somebody Not right now because it's live, but in the future, if you hear the sultry sound of my voice, I'll pay you $25 if you contact me with evidence that science in middle school right now teaches that the moon is not visible for 3 days and 2 nights. I don't think, I'm trying to say, I don't think I learned that. Because that's pretty crazy and wild. It's blowing my mind. So I don't think I learned it. And therefore, I don't think it's being taught today. So there you have it. But here we have this chart right here, where we have this crisscross pattern, where each of the phases of the moon has an equal and opposite phase. The equal and opposite phase of the full moon is the zero moon. I don't call it the new moon. I will take a kick to both shins with pointy boots that it's called the new moon, obviously because you see it for the first time. That's what makes it new. But I don't have a term for this. It's just like 0 hour, you know. There's nothing. You can't see, but you can't see the moon on this day either. So they have to be differentiated between the three of them, you know. Okay, so look. This is the full moon. And there's like this really weird idea that the moon is never really full. Like we miss this transition. Like you can't, because it's waxing, which means the dark of the moon is diminishing and the light is growing, right? The light is increasing, it waxes, it builds up, which means as it's building up its light, the darkness is being pushed out, right? So then when it gets full, it's full. But then science tells us, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this, like, they're like, well, it really doesn't really technically get full. I'm like, and then you can't have that happen. You can't have it build up to a complete light with zero darkness and then not be ever fully, like, where's the darkness? It's not fully lit, so there's gotta be darkness, and then it starts to wane and you get dark. That doesn't work. You can't miss a step. So they just make this complicated when it shouldn't be complicated. I'm breaking it down for you. This is very, very simple. Okay? This represents the cycle of the moon with its waning phase and its waxing phase. And it has a relationship to the polarizing light of day. I don't know what it is, but it's there. That's why the inside of this circle is polarized, so that whatever is in this circle is not visible to the naked eye. If the moon is outside of this circle, you can see it. If you can't see a part of the moon, it's because it's in this field, whatever this field is, that cloaks. This is a cloaking field. This is daylight. So as you move from... No, I was going to start a different thought, okay? So let me just finish up right here. So I've got 3 of these things marked off by this green oval. All right, I've got this green oval right here, okay? That is matched down here. Every phase of the moon has an equal and opposite match. Equal and opposite, equal and opposite, equal and opposite, blah, blah, blah. The full moon's opposite is 0 hour, okay? And then the last waxing crescent has a correspondence to this one, but this one we can't see. See, that's why it's kind of confusing. Like, we can see these all the time, so it's like, well, you know. So this is the 3-day phase. This phase matches, it's opposite, okay? So here, once again, here's the full moon, here's 0 hour. If you start to move into the waning, then this waning phase is going to match the light in this waning phase, or in this waxing phase. And this waxing phase is going to match the waning light percentage in this waning phase. This has this opposite here, this opposite here. So it goes all the way. So it's always the direct diagonal opposite. And that means that there has to be an equal amount of phases. And that means that we have to understand then that the moon measures the same time every time. Every time. It's always 30. It's always 30. It's always 30. It's never 28. It's never 31. It's always the same. It's always 30. Because if you measure a month, let's say for instance, like there's just by chance that a month actually lined up with when the moon actually did its thing. So that on March 1st, you saw the very first crescent of the waxing crescent. And then you marked that out and you measured from that point on. You would have a total of 30 days. So if you have a total of 30 days that the moon measures out, what causes it not to have 30 days sometimes? Why does it have 31 days? It doesn't. Why does it have 29 days or 28 days? It doesn't. It doesn't have those wacky, crazy, man-made concepts that were created to cover up all of the bullshit that the heliocentric model is. Like, this is just mind-boggling to me that anybody actually said that this ever made sense to anyone. This is like the Emperor's New Clothes on crack. That this facade got pulled over our eyes. And then now nobody, I mean, like relatively no one, just sees it as the sham that it is, All right. Well, let's go look at some film. Hey, well, I haven't been paying any attention. Yeah, what's going on, Aaron Armstrong? Good to see you, I hope. No one said... okay, first of all, I'm not going to get triggered, but you're talking about something that you don't have enough information on, okay? What's wrong with the current explanation? I've gone over that already before. No one ever said the moon matched the months. Okay. Okay. I didn't say that no one ever said. Who are you talking to right now, Aaron? Who are you talking to? Because I didn't say anything that should have made you say, no one ever said the moon matched the months. No one's ever said that. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, listen, man. Listen very carefully. Are you... Okay, I can't see what you said because of the way this thing is, so I have to send your text up. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna try to do this. Okay, Aaron, Aaron, stop. Okay. I'm not gonna try to figure out your texts and then answer you. That's not gonna work, okay? If you want to know what I think, I have short videos that I've put up. Go to my video selection and look for the ones that have calendars on them. Those, and it's in a playlist, okay? How about this? I have a lunar playlist. If you find that lunar playlist, then that will have the explanation for what's happening here. But I'm not going to try to do it right now, okay? And I'm not going to get triggered because I can't figure out if you're getting what I think you should be getting or not. Okay, so here we go. So this is last night. All right. Oh, that's right, because I was in the other drive. Okay, so here we go. So this was tonight. Let's see. We'll just go through here. is with the P1000. It was a bit murky out there with some soupy chem soup. So that's what this discoloration is. This isn't a cloud. This is chemical pollution in the air. See how this one cleared up? Oh, this one did now. Okay. There you go. Good. I'm glad I didn't delete this because I thought this wasn't going to clear up. I'm glad that cleared up. So, I mean, again, if you look at this in a particular vantage point, the way that it looks right now, this could be the inside of a bowl. Okay, think about what you're looking at right now as if this were the inside of a bowl. That is, the craters can go either way. Do I need to say that again? Yeah, I was trying to interact, but then I discovered that it wasn't going to be, it wasn't going to be smooth, because you were asking questions and it was just like crisscrossing over each other, and if I said something and then you would ask a question and I wouldn't be able to see where you asked the question, and it was just I didn't want to go down that road. So my interaction, I shouldn't have necessarily interacted then, I suppose. So my bad. I was really intrigued by the electricity that you could see on the perimeter of the moon. And this is a still, so you can't see it, but I've got it filmed, so I'm very interested to see. Like it's like this. It's just like this. It's just like this white noise. A very, very thin electrical lit charge. It's all around. You can see it, but then when you take a picture of it, it's not there. But when it's in real time motion, it's electric. So it's just boggling my mind. Oh, so there is Luna right here, up here on the top there. And then I got some really good pictures of Jupiter's moons, so I hope those turned out. Let's see if that clears up, which it did. So here's Jupiter right here. See, sometimes see how it's rendered blurry right here, and then it'll fix itself and not be blurry, but then sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if I should delete this one or not. So this one's out of Jupiter, out of focus. Oh, there you go. Get rid of that one. That's a good one right there, huh? And I wish I could communicate what I'm thinking about this. I wish I could, oh, you know what? That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. That's why I went back over here. Because that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the very beginning of Yeah. Okay. So, I'm saying that, like, you could see this with your naked eye. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough light in this area to see it. But it's not lit. So then this is just day 2 of the moon's cycle. Okay? So this is a very thin line. So if this entire line were the same color as the rest of the moon here, if that did ever happen, I don't know. I'm just trying to. I want to say that it would still be in the sky, like you could still see it. You know, so imagine you could see. Fuck, this is so wild. This is just like, my mind is like trying to figure out calculus right now, and it's just blowing its circuits. Because I don't know how to make sure. I don't know how to make sure that this makes sense. You know. Yeah, I can't speak this language yet. I can't describe what I'm trying to say here, but I hope at least somebody can be like, I think I understand a little bit like what he's saying, but the other kind of stuff, man, that guy's just off his rocker. Alright, so here you can kind of see the moon right there still, which is just mind-blowing. That blows my mind. Like, I caught video of it the other night that I haven't even looked at yet, where I got into this phantasm zone, where it was just like your eyes were just like zoned out. I couldn't focus on anything, but I could see everything moving, you know? And it was just this zone of where and you could see the perimeter of the moon. And I could follow it and I was zoomed in on it, and it was just wild. What is this? 3:39? Really hard to get that thing steady, man. Heck, nail it. But look at that right there. Look at that. You know, look at this. This is a pretty good shot. I like this little offset moon up here at the top. You see that? But you can. That's how I could see the moon with my naked eye last night. So then, think about the day before. There's just a little bit less light and it's closer to the sun, and you probably at that proximity couldn't see this, you know. So that, like, there's a filtration system up here that's like a polarizing filter that affects this or whatever. I don't even know, man. Whatever. I thought that was a pretty cool effect right there by accident. So here's the whole, you know, here's the actual moon right here, and then plump, plump, plump. Look at this. Like, that's just crazy. Like, that's the filtration of the camera, because I couldn't see this color, you know. And then when I took a picture, I could see it right away. It's just blowing me away. Look at that. That is just gorgeous, man. What time is it? I don't even know. But I'm tired. 9 o'clock. Alright. Soon time for bed. Still didn't do anything I wanted to, but here I am. But I did everything I did want to, but I had other things I was thinking I was going to do, and I didn't get around to it. So, a needle pulling thread. Yeah, I don't even know which one to look at to show you the idea that I was talking about. But this is a close-up one. Look how it's in water. See, like at this, and then I would go around and keep going, and I could see it because of the lighting. But I don't know which of the videos it is that has that part. I just wish I could hold still. Just look at how energetic that is. Like, stop, stop, stop. Whew. Yeah, I don't know if, like, was this the first night? Because if it was the first night, this is really windy. That might be it. Because it was a really, really windy night. Which one did I just hit? Oh, this one right here. Yeah, okay. Let's see, it's not telling me the day. Alright, but I think it should be. But I'll have to find it because it was really, really interesting. So let's go back to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Close that, open this, go here, go here. So what is this? Is this tonight? This is yesterday? Alright, so that's yesterday. So these are today's. Let's see what these look like then. Oh man, why is that buffering? If this is gonna be buffering, then this is not gonna work. Okay, there we go. I think this might have been yesterday because I wasn't sure when the moon was gonna show up, so I just started filming. So this could be yesterday's. Yeah, I'm having problems with this. I do not know why. I thought I was going to escape this problem. What the crack, man? This is like, it just readjusts itself and never... Oh my gosh. Why is it doing this? Whatever. Alright, I'm going to delete that. Yeah, this is not going to work because it just keeps buffering, so the videos aren't going to be worth watching. Darn it. Darn. Alright, well, I am so tired right now, so I'm just kind of like crashing. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Armstrong, I don't know if you're still listening or not, but don't act like I'm putting you off in any way, because I didn't say that I wanted to interact with you in particular, but you just come out of the gate like, why would you think that fact needs to be taught? What's wrong with the current explanation of blah, blah, blah? Like, when you're asking those questions, that means you don't know what I think already, and you're just like da, 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 da. And then when I said something, and when I started trying to say something to you, you're like, I thought you were interested in, you know, interaction. Like, you're putting it back on me, like this is like my issue. Like, you're twisted. Like you're an abusive person. See you, Travis. I thought you were trying to interact. Good luck, dude. Like, you're out of here. Like, I'm out of here because this guy's this way. Like, no. Like, you have to look back and understand the psychology of even yourself. You know? You didn't come at me with, like, gentle questions. Plus, I've seen you before, so I know the vibe. But anyway, yeah. Sorry about that. I was hoping I could show some film, but it's not syncing up for me. So, thank you so much for checking out my stream.